So, another month over. It is now the first week of April. Well, first partway week, it's Easter Sunday long weekend. And another month of Thrivery out of the way. So, just what did I get up to and how well is it all working out? Hello and welcome to Rob Commits Thrivery. I'm Rob Farquhar, your host. And in this YouTube channel, I talk about how I am attempting to steal for myself a life of excitement and abundance past the security guards of comfort, conformity, and fear, in the hopes that we will all be able to live more thriving lives. So, as part of this every month, I like to do a bit of a look back at the month that was and look at the things that I did, the actions that I took, and talk a little bit about how well they worked. So, got myself, I have multiple pieces of paper here. One of which has my March objectives on it. So yeah, I'm trying to do a bunch of these in one hit right at the moment. I will say that the month started off fairly quietly. I have been keeping up with my routines of getting out and about every weekend and trying to spend as many nights out as feasible, ideally 3 or maybe a night or 2 less if I have something social on during the day anyway. And the first week of March was pretty much the latter. The Lions Club had a sausage sizzle at Pembroke Park, which was good fun to go to. The place has been redeveloped, so it was the big opening. There are a lot of council members there, and I got to meet some members of the Campbelltown City Council media team, as well as catch up with a couple of councillors. So that was good value, and it was a good time with the Lions Club crew, regardless of all that. Week 2. This was, of course, now I will apologise for you folks who are part of the Muslim faith. I don't remember exactly how the calendar works, but I know, I believe it's the holy month of Ramadan was March. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, down in the comments. Would very much appreciate it. But yeah, there were a lot of celebrations. There was, in the second week of March, there was an iftar dinner. Yes, I do have that right. An iftar gathering. I mean, I might have that wrong, but that's what I wrote down. So at least I'm remembering what I wrote down correctly. In Ingleburn, which happened to coincide with a big Ingleburn event. So when I got to Ingleburn train station, got off and started walking toward the iftar gathering venue, there were, yeah, it was a miniature carnival. There was a stage set up. There were market stalls, eateries, the works. It was great fun. I almost felt sorry that I kind of had to choose between the two things going on. Okay, let's go this way for now. Bit of a busy intersection, this one. Plus there's a crest, so I don't want to go charging over, pardon me, 4 lanes of traffic when there's a big hill. Okay, let's try this. But yeah, that was a good time. Again, got to catch up with some folks. I am learning to do my level best to get social media material. I did bring my kit with me, this phone, this microphone, but I could have done some more recording than I actually wound up doing. So yeah, just kind of, there are a few anxieties that I am still slowly learning how to overcome. And on that note, I think there was something else that I might have forgotten to put on the calendar. Week 3, let's see. It was a combination of a couple of things. On the Saturday, we had a Men of Action photo shoot day. So it was a bunch of us in the full program, as well as a few of us who were in the free forum, who went out and got some photos of each other so that we could use them to improve our Instagram profiles, our Instagram grid, the set of photos that always turns up whenever you just access the profile directly. So yeah, I got a few more that slowly going up on my profile. I don't want to just splurge them all there. And I was very glad to meet a whole bunch of new folks. Shout out to all you fellas again. It was lovely meeting you. Also, try and help out, you know, pay some of the dividends that I have had out of doing Men of Action forward a bit. And then, was there anything on the Sunday? Yes. So there was and I think this was a Hindu thing rather than a Muslim thing. A friend of mine who I met through the Lions Club invited me to a big Eid gathering at her place. I ate bloody well. Almost felt guilty that I hadn't brought anything, but as people turned up, no one else seemed to. But I guess the expectation, I don't know, I hate to talk about expectations here, but the idea that, you know, when you throw a party, you do all the catering, which is an idea I'm slowly coming to embrace. I have to mention here the memory of my late wife, Vicky, who always had a policy whenever we were doing a social thing. I would always, you know, it would bother me sometimes that she would seem to over-prepare and overcook, but she had a core belief of hers that no one leaves Vicky's house hungry. And I kind of, now that I am slowly but surely working my head out of a lack mentality, I'm really coming to appreciate that. That idea that if you are doing something and you are inviting people to it, then you are the one who needs to be making sure that their needs are met. Or else why are you even inviting them out in the first place? Why are you setting the tone, picking the venue, and applying any expectations on them if you're not ready to, you know, if you can't fulfill them yourself? So yeah, it was a great fun get together. Again, met a bunch of new people. There were a lot of familiar faces from the Lions Club, but a whole bunch of new folks as well. And I got to see another part of the local area that I hadn't seen yet. So that was absolutely wonderful. Now, week 4, a couple of things started happening here. Now, I'm pretty sure week 4 was when I went out to Susudio. DJ Barbuto, whom I have spoken with for my prior attempt to put a podcast together, invited me along, and I managed to get a friend of mine to come along with me, which was great, and also managed to get some photographic and video evidence of the good time. If there's one of the rules of Men of Action is that if there is one thing that is more important than going to an event or on a party, it's getting the footage that proves that you were at the event and at the party and having a good time. If you can't get that, then hell, what was the point of the nothing? Good afternoon. Thank you very much. It comes in handy. Here we go, roundabout. And it's one of the things I've struggled with a bit. One of those, let me try and adjust the camera angle. Here we go. One of those anxiety things, hang on. Oh, got a car coming. Let me stay steady for a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, I struggled about being anxious, you know, imposing myself, whipping out a camera, getting it wrong. And you know what? The IVE, the irrefutable visual evidence I got, perhaps was not that great, but I still pushed past my own worries and my own anxiousness. I mean, anxiety, just gets so overused that I want to use a different word for it. So anxiousness, that'll do. It's a bit more relaxed, I think. But yeah, and it was a great little night out, and when people see you out and about with a camera, especially the dudes have always got to cause havoc. Never the ladies. The ladies are usually a little bit where don't really want to be involved, whereas the dudes will just, you know, they'll punk up. They will disrupt. But anyway. But that was a great night. And also in that week, I mentioned earlier on a prior podcasting attempt. I've got a new concept at the moment. I think I mentioned it in a prior video, but still it's called STEAL, S-T-E-A-L, success. And that idea again, talking with people who have committed Thrivery, who are still committing Thrivery and who have built themselves and are maintaining for themselves these fantastic, thriving lives, and talking with them about how they did it and how they themselves had to defy convention and their own inner worries and fears. And it's been good fun. So I got the first proper chat with a fine gent and ex-Men of Action member called Liam Kivisian, better known in DJ circles as K-Vision. He's a fantastic trumpet DJ, and actually he's the reason why I am out and about this afternoon. He's going to be DJing at a cruise party. Gustavo, I believe, is the group that is organising the party, and then after that he is going to be heading to the Aura nightclub to play there as well. So you know what, it's going to be a pretty big evening. I've made sure that Suki has plenty of food and plenty of water and plenty of things to rip open while I'm gone. So yeah, she shouldn't cause the neighbours too much grief. Then I interviewed another fella by the name of Casey Herzog, who is one of the coaches in Men of Action. He is a networking coach. He is also a media coach. He specialises in photography and film. It is his advice that you're going to wind up listening to if you join the course in any way, shape or form and start learning how to not just take photos, but also edit them in the Adobe products Lightroom and Photoshop. And he's a fantastic fella. He has been my one-on-one coach throughout the program. Very easygoing guy, but will still hold you accountable no matter what. And it was a pleasure talking with him about his own history as to building his own thriving life, and also how he came to be a coach in the Men of Action program. So that is 2 down on that week. And in the week in between, I have also got 3 more chats in the can, which is absolutely wonderful. So I've kind of hit my limit. I wanted to make sure I got 5 recorded so that I could launch, and ideally a few more so that I could stagger out either a weekly or a fortnightly release schedule for the first season of Steel Success, however long I decide that is going to be. So yeah, it really feels like I have been taking a lot of action and getting myself out of my comfort zone and learning a lot. And if there is any one event that really stands out as to where I felt like I improved, it was that night out at Susudio at Barbuto's gig, when I actually, I think I sent this out in a newsletter, but in the downstairs area of Susudio, kind of like the speakeasy area, as they call it, there are these shelves of vinyl albums that line the edge of the ceiling. They're a bit over head height for me. And at one point I was going to go to the bar because I was curious to see what sort of albums they had. I was thought about going to the bar and just checking with the bartender and seeing if it was okay. And then I went, no, Rob, A, it's unlikely to be a big deal. B, if it is a big deal, the consequences of it at worst are just going to be the guy, you know, either a security guy or the bartender say, oh, excuse me, leave those alone. They're not for touching. Fine, fair enough. And so yeah, I reached up and I pulled out an album, and it turned out to be the Elvis Presley Christmas album. I couldn't tell you what year, but it was definitely before his high-collar jumpsuit era. So when he was still a younger man and still fairly fit and lean. But yeah, I actually wound up showing that to a couple of people, and one of them said that she remembered her dad always used to play that album at Christmas time. But yeah, just those instances of making sure that I got the video and picture content, that I took some good footage of some of the ladies who were there and actually made sure that, you know, they posed for the camera. It felt like, okay, this is a step up. This is a mark in my own confidence. This is a good thing that I've done. And it's something to build on, and who knows, we'll see. Well, again, tonight I want to make sure that I get plenty of good footage so that I whack it up on my Instagram as evidence that I am, as Ashkan Beheshti, a guy I'm also hoping to get on the Steel Success podcast sometime, as he likes to say, evidence that I am a dope guy who does dope things. Sounds weird coming out of my mouth, doesn't it? You know, I think it really helps if it's said with an American accent. I'm not going to try it here. I'm not going to butcher that for you. No, screw it, I will. I'm a dope guy who does dope things. Maybe that sounds a bit better. So yeah, that felt like the biggest thing. And just Let's see. So how about you folks? How did your March go? How did you put yourself outside of your comfort zone, particularly confidence-wise and interpersonally? What was something that you did, either a big thing that you didn't expect you would ever do, or even a small thing, an improvement, an incremental betterment of something that you are already doing? Please put a comment down below in there, and you will probably find by the time this thing goes live a link to the Men of Action program, an affiliate link. So yes, I may well get a cut if you decide to join up, but I am it's easy to say I'm believing in its benefits, but I think I've actually got personal evidence of its benefits. It's been helping me, and I hope that it can help you out too if you are basically trying to build yourself a thriving social life and work out what is next for you. Anyway, so this is Rob signing off, and I don't have my sign off handy, so let's see how well I remember it. Question the rules, be a little bit curious, and if you reckon you can get away with it, take a vinyl album cover off a high shelf and commit a little thrivery, okay?